guys, it's your girl M-Dub, and today I'm here for every day is the weekend, so start with a smile. So today's topic will be on Air Force BMT, what it was like for me, my biggest struggles during it, so on and so forth. So I went to BMT September 5th, 2017. So things might have changed. A lot of things have changed, honestly, but this is gonna be based on when I went to BMT. It was September 5th, 2017, and I remember I went to MEPS. MEPS was crazy. Like, it was so stressful, and at that point I was really like, dang, if the military is gonna be like my experience at MEPS, I did not want to go. I honestly did not want to go, because I remember they made me hold my pee for 3 hours. You could not go to the bathroom, like, and I remember we had to do a urine sample in the middle of the day, but they wouldn't let us go to the bathroom before then. So I had drank some water and everything, and I think I got to MEPS at 6 in the morning from my hotel, and no, I can't remember if I was in a hotel then or not, but I remember we got there at like 6, and I didn't have to do a urine sample until about like after lunch, like 12 o'clock. They didn't let me pee for 6 hours. Y'all, I was in MEPS about to bust, okay? And I went to the MEPS in Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina, because that was the closest one to Danville, Virginia, where I'm from. I was in MEPS about to bust, okay, y'all? Like, I had to pee so freaking bad. And I just remember the main, like, one of the things that kind of stuck with me that was kind of weird is how I had a woman watch me pee. Yes, I really did, because they have to make sure you're not, like using someone else's pee or doing any other weird stuff that a lot of people do to avoid popping positive on a drug test. So I did have a woman watch me pee.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, and she tries to have like a casual conversation with you as if she's not watching urine come out of your body. But I talked to her, talked about some things, kind of weird. And also, we had to do a duck walk. I remember that. So we were like naked. I think we had on underwear, but we were like basically freaking naked. I was about to cuss. Freaking naked. And here I am in a line in a room with a whole bunch of other girls, and we're doing a duck walk so they can see something about our body, maybe the ligaments and joints. I really don't know what this duck walk was for. And here I am doing this duck walk in my underwear in a room with other girls while people watched us do this duck walk. And they were literally just looking at our ligaments and stuff in our body to make sure we had like full mobility pretty much in our joints and everything. Kind of weird, just like the woman watching me pee. I didn't think it could get weirder than that, but then I duck walked. So anyways, yeah, so that's the MEPS experience before BMT. So after MEPS, I went to MEPS twice, because you go for like the initial visit, and then that's when you kind of get like checked for the Air Force as a whole, so not for a particular career field or anything. So I went and got checked, and that was like just that basic generic check. And then I went back the day that I left to make sure nothing else had changed with my health. So I remember going to MEPS, and then afterwards I was checked, I was healthy, and I boarded the bus, and we all went to the airport. And my basic training was in Lackland, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, but the base was Lackland. And I rode on the plane with like 2 other people. We were like a buddy system, and they were in charge of me because I was 17 when I enlisted, so my parents had to sign me away. Yeah, so kind of weird, but so they were like, these 2 dudes were like in charge of me, like chaperoning me for the day. And we went to the airport together, and I want to say we got there, I think I left MEPS about the middle of the day, like after lunch, maybe like 1-2 o'clock. And by the time I flew from North Carolina to Texas, it probably had been about 5 or 6 hours. So by the time I got there, it was kind of dark. It was like dinner time. So I remember we went and got Raisin Canes, I want to say is what we ate. And this was like my last freedom meal. And I never had canes before. And by the time we got to the airport, this was the only thing that was open. So I went and got Raising Cane's and I ate. And after that, we chilled a little bit, and then it was like full on military mode kicked in. So this person, I think he was military. I want to say it was like somebody that was in the military, in the Air Force. He was in the airport and he like rounds us up. And this is when I'm like oh shit, I'm really about to join the military. Like I'm already like basically in, but I'm really about to like be in basic training for 8 weeks. Like this is just surreal, you know? And so I remember we're sitting and we're basically like in the airport and we're sitting and we're like, you know, because we really didn't want to get in trouble. And they were like kind of like trying to shape us into that like whole, hey, you're in basic training now, you know, kind of mentality. So I really didn't want to do anything that was going to get me in trouble. So I wasn't saying anything. I wasn't moving. I wasn't doing anything. Okay. And yeah, so I remember our bus comes and picks us up from the airport, and off we go to Texas. And it's a lot of people. Like it was probably like the whole bus was packed. Like everybody was sitting with somebody. It was very packed. And I think it was a Monday. I'm sorry, y'all. I want to say it was like a Monday or Tuesday when we actually shipped. And our bus driver starts preaching to us about courage. I don't know where this man came from. I don't know whose daddy this man's was. He starts preaching us about courage the whole way. I don't even remember how far the airbase was from the airport. It couldn't have been that far, but I swear it felt like we were driving from Cali to Virginia. Like it just felt so long because this man just was hollering. I mean, if you don't have courage, then what can you have? And the whole ride. So everybody's just kind of like, and they told us not to say anything on the bus. They told us not to say a word. So we're all just kind of like listening to this man like it's a podcast. And we get to Lackland, we get on base, and we get dropped off at the I don't even know what the building was called, but it was like the center. It was like where everybody graduated at, like the center point of all of the BMT like flights and everything. So and a flight is just a group of people like that you're with throughout the whole 8 weeks. And we get there, the bus stops, and this MTI gets on the bus, and those are people that you see with the campaign caps on or whatever, right? The real like, oh, you're gonna do it, I say drop down and give me 20. Those kind of people, you know. And yeah, so it was a man or woman, I don't even remember. The whole night was a blur. Okay, at this point it was a blur because you're in shock. And I remember the person gets on the bus and just starts yelling at us, and I'm like, damn, we ain't even did nothing wrong to be getting yelled at. So I can only imagine what's gonna happen if we do something wrong up in this bitch and get yelled at. So she just start grilling our asses. And here we go, jumping off the bus, we running and stuff. We don't know what the fuck to do. We all it looked like chickens that just got let out the pen with their heads cut off. Like we was everywhere. And we go in the central building, and this is like the in-processing building. So they're like, you know, getting our names and whatever, I don't know. We sat in this auditorium for like 4 hours and just waiting for like everyone to get grouped up together. And people were coming from all different countries, territories of the US. So we had people like from Saipan, we had people from Guam. So everybody was getting there at all like different times of the day. So we had to wait for everybody in our flight to get there to even start. And so after everybody, I'm assuming in my flight got there, I think it was 37 of us, like 36, 37 of us. After everybody got there, our MTI came and got us. We walked from the building to our dormitory, and it felt like the walk was a long time because it was all just surreal, you know. It really wasn't that long, but it really felt like we were walking for like 20 minutes because it was just a mess. So they put us in this like formation. We don't know how to march yet, we just got there. So they put us in like a formation just to kind of keep accountability for everyone. And after they put us in this formation, they gave us flashlights. So we had went and got gear. That's what it happened too. We went and got like our book bags, flashlights, some Pert. I'll never forget that green bottle of shampoo, conditioner, body wash. It was a 3-in-1 Pert. And so they gave us all of that, our like nail kit and all that stuff, just like basic grooming needs, and whatever else you would need in basic training. And yeah, so they told us to take our flashlights out. We took the flashlights out and we're marching with the flashlights because it's dark outside. It's like probably, it might have honestly been like midnight at this time. Like I want to say midnight, about 1, 2 o'clock maybe. And I think time had went back because we're going this way in the country to Texas. So I want to say it probably was like midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. It was pretty damn late. And it was way past my bedtime. So I go to sleep pretty early. I go to sleep about 8 or 9 o'clock. So it's way past my bedtime. So at this point I'm groggy and I'm tired, okay? And yeah, so I'm groggy and I'm tired. Everybody's marching, you know, not even marching, we're just walking in formation. And everybody had these little bags. You could only take one bag. In your one bag, I think I had underwear, socks, sports bras. I brought my hair stuff. So like I wasn't using no damn pert. Okay, I'm black. So I brought like Shea Moisture in little travel size bottles. And I had a lot of them. Like I might have brought like 2 or 3 bottles of shampoo and like 2 or 3 bottles of conditioner. And I did end up, and we went to the shop throughout the 8 weeks. So I did get more shampoo and conditioner as I needed and stuff like that. But that was just basically just to start me off with. I brought 6 bars of Dove soap. And that was just like the basic stuff that was in my bag. So we're walking. I have my little bag, my little duffel bag. And I remember my MTI was a woman. I remember her. So I was with her for the whole 8 weeks. And we did this: pick them up, put them down, pick them up, put them down. This thing, this thing persisted for like 6 minutes. And she would be like, put your bags down. And we put them down. Pick them up. We pick them up. Put your bags down. Put your bag down. Pick them up. Pick them up. And we did this for like 6 minutes. And I could tell she was getting a kick out of it, right? And then I found out we was her first flight. She hadn't even been through this before. So I guess she was just practicing. We was just pick them up, pick them up, put them down. And after she had her little fun, her intro fun, we go into the dormitory and we go to sleep. And I remember I wore spandex under my khaki pants and my polo shirt because I didn't know we would get to change. I didn't know we could shower. So I wore something under my clothes that I could sleep in. And so yeah, so we go in, we go to sleep, we get settled in really quickly, but it was nighttime. So we really didn't get settled in like that. We just got in the beds. And so yeah, so I took my pants off, I had on my spandex, and I go to sleep. And I think I want to say it was like 9 or 10 o'clock when I looked at the clock on the wall. And they let us sleep for like a good amount of times. They're kind of like, we always got 8 hours and 45 minutes sleep, other than sometimes that we had like, we were in the field or something like that, then we didn't. But for the most part, we got 8 hours and 45 minutes of sleep. Lights out was at 9? Yeah, I think 9. And then we woke up at 5:45 every morning. So it was a good amount of sleep. We weren't sleep deprived. Now other branches, yes, they be sleep deprived. Air Force, good old Air Force, no ma'am. I was in my, every night, okay, I was knocked out. Really knocked out. So, yeah, so we go to sleep. And I remember the woman coming in at 9 something, and it was like I was already up because I don't sleep past like 8 anyways. So I was already like kind of up, and like I was going back to sleep and waking up, going back to sleep. So I was kind of like already up, and I just hear yelling. And this is when it really hits me, like I'm really in basic training right now. Like, I'm really about to be here for 8 weeks. And she just, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. What are you doing? What? And I mean, she just starts grilling us. So I'm like getting up, and I'm like putting my pants on real fast and putting my shoes on, like getting up and getting dressed. And I'm just like freaking out. Like I'm like shaking. So it scared the hell out of me. And once everybody's dressed, the male MTI comes in. And I swear, I think he scanned the room and just came directly to me. I don't know what it was about me. I don't know, but he came directly to me. And he told me to do something. And I had seen way too many military movies. So I go, sir, yes, sir. Oh, we're about to hit 15 minutes, y'all. I'll do a part 2 with this because it's so much for basic training that I really want to give you. So as for this video, thank you for watching, and make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you tune in for the next video. It is going to come directly after. It's not going to be a 2 to 3 day gap or anything. It's going to come directly after this one. So it'll actually be next. You'll probably see it right there or right there, but it's going to be next. Bye, friends. See y'all in like 10 seconds.